Hey, good day, all. GI Operations, CEO of the BFHS Network, and today I want to make this video. I was going to type it up, but my fingers were a little tired. But anyway, and it's about Facebook contests. And I saw a status on Facebook earlier today, and basically it was like, how do you feel about people running contests and, you know, giveaways and things like that to boost their fan counts or like counts, or however you want to say it. And I basically said there's good and there's a bad reason for it. I mean, it works and it doesn't work. So, you know, and then they was like, well, why? But at that point, I didn't want to go into the long drawn out deal. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to do a video about it. And in reality, they work and they don't work. And it depends on what you're doing. Like, for instance, you know, I can run a contest on our fan page, which is Black Folk Hotspots. You know, you can search that in Facebook, or you can search it on Google or whatever. That's the name of it, which is short for, you know, which BFHS is short for. Well, anyway, think about this. What if you're running a contest for iPad mini? Or what if you run a contest for Android something, or, you know, a computer or tech thing? I believe that in those instances, there are hot items, there are hot things. People want to win those things. Not even if they want to win them for themselves. Maybe they want to win it for, you know, their, you know, niece or nephew or son or daughter, or maybe they want to win it and they're going to put it up on eBay, you know, whatever it is. And so you kind of attract your wrong audience. So whatever your audience is, you want to run a contest. Basically, if you're going to run a contest, you want to run that contest basically to something that your ideal target audience. So in essence, you want to get into the emotional value and the psyche value, because you want to get into what does your ideal person who would like your brand or your niche, what would they like? So hypothetically speaking, if you're running a jewelry store and you want to run a contest, I wouldn't give away an iPad. I would probably give away some jewelry, you know. And you could probably do some things like, you know, everyone who purchased X goes into a raffle, right? And I will say this before I forget, because I might forget it, you know, but you want to make sure you look at Facebook's terms of services about anything that you want to do, because you don't want to run a contest, grow your fan base by 1,000, right? And then Facebook shuts you down because you violated their terms of service. So you want to make sure that you read through it. And I know it's long and it's in small print, but the difference, though, is it can save your business, and you want to protect your business the same way where, you know, you get attorneys and accountants and things like that, because you want to protect your business and you want to keep it legit. You don't want to do all this and then lose it over, you know, just being dumb. So definitely check out terms of service. I tell people that all the time. I see so many profiles that are so out of, you know, against the terms of service. And, you know, and sometimes I'll tell them, hey, you know, your personal page or your fan page is out of, it is not in compliance. And if Facebook will shut you down, then, you know, what do you have? I remember you know, my name was GI Operation on Facebook at one point, you know, and one day I went to log in and I couldn't log into my personal account. And I'm like, what the hell? You know, it was GI Operation was the first name, then my last name. And I was like, what the hell is going on here? Facebook had basically shut me out. They said I wasn't using a real name. Yeah, I was out of terms of service, because that's what they want you to do. So a lot of your names and things on Facebook are actually legal too. But I'm sure that it turned kind of like a blind eye a little bit to it. But, you know, Facebook is a community organization. So if you have a competitor that don't play well by the rules, I love competition, because competition keeps you going, right? I love to have a target on my back, because it keeps me grinding. It keeps me working hard. It keeps me, you know, doing the things that we need to do, right? And whether they're copying or whatever, it doesn't matter, because I'm going to stay ahead. You know, McDonald's, so many people make burgers, right? But McDonald's is still the leader. And nobody's ever, I don't believe anybody will ever overtake McDonald's. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. Argue me with that. But anyway, so make sure your contest is kind of running towards what you actually do. So it could be giveaways, and that way you attract the things. And then what you want to do a lot of times is you want to make sure your contest actually has some type of element to it where they have to share it. You get their contact information, right? You know, I get contests in my emails and different drawings and things like that. And I always have to input my email, even if I already have it, even if they already have it, rather. I always have to input it because those things go on lists, because you're going to run a contest or a drawing or sweepstakes or a raffle, whatever, you know, and basically that's a marketing thing because they're going to spend money to do that. So, and also to look at things that have low value, but high emotional value. Right? So think about something that may not cost you a lot of money, but they really love it. So for instance, if you do, if you're like a business coach or something like that, you know, well, an hour of your time is just an hour of your time. It's actually your time. So the only value that's on it is the value of, you know, what somebody else believes that you're worth. You know, you might say, hey, I charge $500 an hour. I charge $1,500 an hour, whatever. But in reality, it's only an hour of your time. So you can give that away, put their value to it. And people know, if they know you and they've been reading your stuff or your books and things like that, then yeah, they're going to want to sit down or talk to you over the phone or Skype with you or Google, you know, hang out with you on Google Plus, things like that for an hour so that they can get through the issues that they need to get through. So make sure they're low in value, in dollar amount, and high in emotional. So another thing is, don't be afraid to push them with Facebook ads. Those things are super powerful. And don't be afraid to reach out to people like myself, right, who runs a network, who has an audience of a lot of traffic coming in. And maybe you can come to BFHSNetwork.com, create a profile, add it as an event. So if you're going to run your contest from, say, March 22nd through, you know, March 27th, then, you know, say, hey, I need you to push this out. And we'll push that out every day so we get people going to look at that. But make sure it has a shareable feature, you know, where they're sharing it with their friends, because every time somebody likes and they share things, it goes into their network. So you want to tap into those too, because the way we built Black Folk Hotspots, we didn't run a lot of contests. Most of our stuff was done from content, right? And if you want to know more about that, you know, you can hit me up, 219-512-9910, but make sure you create a profile first. All the links are in the description, because I'm not really doing a lot of talking anymore. And then a person never joins the network and they have a business. So at least come tell us about your business. It's free. It doesn't cost you a penny, and it's crazy. And then we're going to share it with our network. That's what you're going to get right off the bat. And then if you want more, you want like a blitz blast and things like that, where we can share it with our email and we can constantly put it into rotation, then obviously those are different things. But yeah, so create a profile. Come tell us about your business. Tell us what inspires you. Tell us why you're an entrepreneur. Things like that, because we share those things from time to time. And then it also, you know, you're inspiring somebody as a business owner, especially as a Black business owner. Most of us are first-time business owners. So people don't understand why we're working, you know, 20 hours a day, right? People don't understand why we do the things that we do, because they've never been in that situation. They're used to someone getting up at, you know, 6 o'clock in the morning, being out the house by 7, you know, being at work by 8, and working, taking an hour lunch, and getting off at, you know, 4 or 5 o'clock, you know, maybe 6 o'clock, and then driving home, fixing dinner, watching a movie, whatever. And that's it. That's what they're used to. They're not used to grinding out for 20 hours a day and getting, you know, 2 hours worth of rest and taking naps throughout the day. You know, because I always say, hustlers don't sleep, we take naps. Well, anyway, if you got any questions, make sure you post them in the comments below. Subscribe for all our other videos, and then check out our other videos, because we got some good ones, I think, you know. But anyway, if you'd like to sponsor, you know, the gear for the next video, then send me an email to bfhsnetwork@gmail.com and let us look at it and see, you know, wear your shirt or wear your hat in our videos. And when we share them throughout Facebook and, you know, and Twitter, in the internet space, basically. Anyway, follow me on Twitter, GI Operation, one word, GI Operation, one word. Talk to you guys soon. Thanks for listening. I really appreciate you. Peace.